Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Ferrer. I'm going to go ahead and make a very quick video to talk a little bit about the school year and our curriculum for open house. Unfortunately, and I apologize, I'm not available to be at the school on Tuesday evening for the open house, but next best thing, I'll make a very quick video and we will learn a little bit about our curriculum this year and some of the expectations. So very quickly, in Shute Middle School, we will be using a learning platform that's called EduCurious. It's relatively new. It has 5 units there that will cover the entire year. We will be starting with Mesopotamia. That's once we start EduCurious. So for now, we're going to work on some map skills, and you'll see that on the right page here, which include latitude and longitude, temperate zones and different geography in the continents and the oceans. And so that's what we're doing right now. Then we will migrate over to kind of like the beginning of man. We'll spend a little bit of time looking at the different human species as they evolve, leading us to Mesopotamia. From there, we'll go to Egyptian experiences, and then we'll just kind of keep moving forward in history. We'll go to Greece and Rome, and then probably in 2026, after the new year, we'll go into the Maya, and then the Islamic Golden Age. So those are the units. Some of, as you can see, are some of the inquiry skills. We'll be analyzing nonfiction tests, and we will be working on something called CERs, which you may have heard of that in literature, ELA, English Language Arts. In social studies, we will also be supporting them with our CERs, and those are written responses to a question, and the students will do research on nonfiction documents in order to answer the question, which would be their claim. Then they have to grab evidence from those documents and then explain it, which would be their reasoning. So basically, it's like an extended paragraph, an extended response, where the students are answering a question with evidence and a little bit of reasoning where they explain how their evidence supports their claim. It gets a little tricky. The kids should be somewhat used to it. Maybe not so much the 6th graders. I do believe that they've been working a little bit on this probably in 5th grade as well. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Some of the aspects of civilization that we will be covering are what we call grapes, right? So the geography, religion, art, political systems, economics of the civilization, and their social structure. So we'll kind of be investigating these different elements within the civilization that we're studying at the time. We call that grapes. Here's some expectations. It's not entirely complete yet, but for the most part, we need the students to come in with their iPads and their binders. Okay, we want them to come on time, and at the beginning of class, they're going to get their stuff ready. They're going to pull out their notes. They're going to sharpen their pencil, and then be ready for attendance. We really ask for everybody to be respectful, and then there's kind of a lot of group work going. So we will be working on the different dynamics of group work and getting the kids to be able to communicate and kind of problem solve together in small groups of 3, 4. Okay, and of course, complete all assignments in class, and anything that you don't complete becomes homework. There will also be projects that we have to be completed, and those most times are with small groups. Grades are back. This is kind of a mixture of this year and last year's information, so you can still see that the standards are there, and that's just to kind of be able to reflect with now what is an A again, right? An A is meeting standards, or it's a 4. A B is for the most part kind of like progressing, like you're not quite at the standard yet, but you're progressing towards it, and so that would be like a 3. And a 2 is kind of like you're at the beginning of the standard, you're just now learning it, maybe it's somewhat new to you. And then a D would be you're struggling with it, you haven't completed enough for us to be able to grade things. All right, and then we have our learning habits that we still go by these. The students will be getting some learning habits grades as well. And so be on the lookout for those. And I think they're marked with consistency sometimes, and right now I can't think of the other one, but don't worry, we'll get you that information. Okay. All right. Soon we will have our Google Classroom up and running. I've been doing everything on paper so far, so we have been encouraged to use more paper, and so the Google Classroom has not really been set up yet. I mean, it's set up, but the students have not been invited yet. And so some assignments with links will be in Google Classroom, but not all of them. And so students that are absent need to come see me the next day. We can go through email. And so it's kind of like a leg up on high school. We've got the email system working. Students will let's try to get them used to emailing their teachers. And Power School, of course, is where all the grades will be posted. Okay? All right. That's generally it. If you have any questions, and I know I went fast, but if you have any questions, you can email me at ferrer@district65.net. You can find me on the website as well. And feel free to email me with any questions. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you.